What's up, people? Am I still on mute? Oh, shit. Hold on a second. I'll do this. Music is so loud. Turn it down a little bit. It's not even working, man. Wow. Let me stop that one. Let me do this one. Now see how low that is? Ugh. Can you guys hear me? Let's see. Let me refresh this too. Got this new chat thing. I wonder if it's going to work though. Maybe, maybe not. It was kind of what I wanted to test out because I wanted to use this new chat feature, but I don't think it's going to work. All right, well, let me go over to YouTube then, because that way I can see your comments. I can hear that you guys are talking, so give me 1 second. I'm going to go over to the YouTube stream real quick. And that way I can see your comments, because I'm not streaming anywhere else. If you're here, you're the best. If you're not here, I still like you. Maybe you'll see it later, you know what I mean? I don't know why this song, like, I really get into the song, you know what I mean? All right, hang on. There's going to be feedback. I got to change this. I got to mute it. There we go. We're muted. Okay. All right. Give me a second, guys. I don't know why it's still showing my mock chat. That really pisses me off. What's up, Joey? What's up, Anthony? Hey, Anthony and I were just commenting back and forth. Can you guys hear me, by the way? Tell me if you can't hear me. I don't think I'm on mute anymore. Let me find out. That would be embarrassing. I don't think I'm on mute, though. I need more monitors out here is the thing. All right, so if I could get the comments to work, basically, you guys can ask me anything. Let me find the damn comments real quick. Comments. Here we go. So, is this going to work? Is it working? Yeah, it's working. Okay. All right. So now let me get rid of this, whatever the hell this Lucy one is. Hang on. So I'm going to switch to full view because I was afraid of this. So thank you, Anthony. I saw your comment. So I was afraid of this. So what's it called? It's called social share. And I was going to do like a members only thing to stream it because it's kind of fucked up because if you do like a private or an unlisted video or like a members only video, you can't do comments. So there's no way for me to test it unless it's like a live stream. So I have this new thing called Social Stream where I've been trying to use it, and it's supposed to, you know, display comments, and I don't like the one that's built into my software here, which is the one that has Joey's comment up there. So I was going to try a different one, but of course it's not working. But there was no way for me to test it unless I did like a live stream, which was like super annoying. So I'm just going to turn that off, and then I'll be with you guys. Start throwing up questions in the chat if you want, or maybe, you know what? I wonder if it's because... No, because you guys have been commenting, which means they would show up. You know what? Let me try something. I know it's just my regulars here right now, pretty much. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try something and see if this works. Copy. Let me see if this works. How much you want to bet it will not work? Hang tight if you're there, Anthony, Joey, whoever, because I'm going to have you guys do a comment in a second. I want to see if this works. Okay. Now, hang on. So now somebody type a comment real quick. Literally anything. F you, Gerald, whatever. I want to see if it comes up. I'll give it a second. All right, try something. Something's happening. I'm waiting for somebody to comment so I can see if this works. Why did it say message redacted, Joey? Maybe you actually did say F you, Gerald, and it's blocking the F word. I hate you. Okay, so Toller's here. So let's see. Am I going to get that message? I'm not going to get it. God, this thing sucks. Ugh. God, I hate it. Shit. Okay, well let me turn this off and then I'll just do the regular old chat thing. Why is it still showing that though? Dude, this is crazy. All right, so that's gone. Thank you for letting me work this out, guys. All right, so I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to go to this regular view, which looks like shit. All right, and then I have your comments. I wonder if I do a screen share, though, what that's going to look like now. It's going to be all fucked up. All right, whatever. Let's see what you guys have in terms of comments. I can scroll through them here and try to answer some questions for you. Loud and clear, thank you. Corey, it is, yeah, we're there, man. We're there. So let me fix this too. See, I never used this one, so it's all fucked up now. Can you guys see that? Comment from Corey. Had a couple of announcements I wanted to let you guys know. And I've got so many damn videos to edit, but my kids have been wild the last couple weeks. Logan, I got so many things to tell you guys. So movies, we'll talk movies. Don't worry, we'll talk everything, all that stuff. Logan, my 11-year-old, is a pretty baller little league player. So he's pretty good, and he's in a 10U league. So he's like one of the older kids. All the kids are like 9 to 12, and I'm one of the coaches. Well, it's like all baseball all the time in the spring, and we do fall ball too. But spring is when it's really like MLB shit. You know what I mean? 3 nights a week. Of course, he still has school, so it's a challenge. But anyway, there's been so much rain here in where I am in North Carolina, like in the southeast, that we just haven't had baseball in like over a week. And they do this thing that's like the version of the home run derby. The last time we had it, it's called Slugfest. And our team was slotted to go last, like at the 9 p.m. slot. Right? Here's what happened, guys. It was this past Friday night. And we won our game. We had a game before it. And we were slotted to go last because we had a game. So the team that we played against went before us at like 8:30, and then we were supposed to go at 9. Well, everything was delayed. So our team wasn't even going up to bat until like 9:45 if we were lucky. Well, we were all waiting there all night long, and the lights go out at the park. Nobody knows how to turn the damn lights on. So my kids didn't get to bat at Slugfest. So they've been rescheduling it every night that we had a game since then, and it's rained. So these kids are like heartbroken, ready to hit some dingers. Anyway, a little insight into my life. Okay, so I don't know if the screen share is going to work, but I guess I'll fucking try it. Otherwise, what am I going to tell you guys? But let me see if it works. Corey, first day of Cannes. Yes. Tell me what you're most excited about. Are you there, by the way? If you're there, that's fucking awesome that you're tuning in. Have a baguette on me. If you're not there and you're just having FOMO like I do, then welcome to the club. You know, I'm not going to get to see any of these movies outside of Mission Impossible next week. But other than that, I'm not going to get to see any of the Cannes movies for several months. But I'm probably most excited for ScarJo and June Squibb's Eleanor the Great. I'm really on board for that one. Die My Love, the Lynn Ramsey film with Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson. I'm really excited for that one. There's a lot that went to Sentimental Value. There's a lot that went to Cannes that I'm really excited to see. It's just going to be so long. So I'm really excited to see the reception for a lot of those films. And Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, I don't know. Has anybody seen it in the chat? Let me know, because I've been seeing some mixed reactions from people that I trust, you know, which is weird because you'll have one person that you trust that usually lines up with you that's like, this thing sucks. The next person that you also trust is like, oh my God, I loved it. What a send-off. So I'm just like, what are we doing? What is it? You know, which is it? So it doesn't seem like it's going to be a either or situation. It might be down the middle. So let me see if this screen share works real quick, guys, just so I can share some information with you guys I wanted to tell you about tonight. I don't know which one to use, guys. Oh my God. Because my thing is all fucked up. So if I do it, I mean, I could do it, but, oh, wait a minute. What's this? What the hell is this layout? Jesus. I got to redo my whole situation. You guys are the best. I'm going to go through the chats here in a second. Let me, I'm going to see if I can do a screen share there real quick, though. What the hell is that? Oh, yeah, that's that. Guys, I'll be 50 this year. Does it show? I'm pretty good with technology, which is the weird thing. I don't know why. I don't have enough workspace out here in the garage. Because I have my laptop monitor, which is a shitty little 14-inch, but then I've got my, like, big monitors, like, I guess 27-inch or so. I need another one, is what I really need for this setup. I use a service called Ecamm, which is really good, really cool. But I need another monitor out here. That's what I need. Or maybe like a big screen TV, you know? I got to do something. Let me see how I can share it down. So I'm going to do this, but I'm going to have to get rid of the live stream solo with chat. I don't want that one. I want screen share. Why does it say that? Oh, let me see what this is. What's this? Well, that's me sharing my YouTube stream. What the fuck? All right, let me let me not do that. All right, maybe I'll just do this view for the fucking share. And it's trying to show you guys my phone. Hopefully I don't have any porn on there. Let me fix this. I'm going to do this view, I think, because then I can show you guys. It also doesn't help that my vision is like literally horrible. If there's anybody that wants to read this for me, that would be helpful. All right, let me get rid of that. And I don't know why it's you guys get to work through this with me, so I hope you hang in there with me because I'm going to answer your questions, I promise. Let me see. Does that do that? What? Oh, it's because it's showing the wrong one. All right, let me do, what is this over here? This is Chrome. Let me try that. Chrome. All right, you guys can see that, right? Let me just turn off that border, though, because it looks like shit. Geez, what a shit show this is, huh? All right, so now I got a screen share up. Let me do a couple questions, and then I'll come back and tell you guys what I was, a couple things I want to tell you about, and make this bigger, too. Dude, if you're still with me, you're an OG, because this, I mean, if I was you guys, I'd be like, what the fuck is this? Okay. Let's see what we got over here. So I talked about Corey's first day at Cannes. Let's see. Toller. He's probably talking shit, but let's see what he's got to say here. Pro tip, just stream to another site like Twitch and work out the kinks. You know, it's so funny that you said that because I was actually going to tell you guys about something that's going on Twitch this weekend. And I just set up my Twitch account like an hour ago. I had one, but I like never used it for me to do anything. It was always to like watch other people. So it's so funny that you said that because I don't have any followers, so I could do that. You know, good call. Good call. I also don't like this. God, this is crazy. I'm gonna it doesn't even have me centered. Did you see that? It just moved me. Wow, you guys are the best. Okay, let's see. What's up, Toller? Yeah, man, my dude. Guys, get ready. Toller. By the way, he's got. You see his handle on the screen there. Follow him. He has a lot. He's one of those guys that has a lot of like, just no holds barred opinions about movies. The Last of Us. He's been covering the TV show. Doesn't give a shit. He'll just tell you straight up. This sucks. This is why it sucks. a straight shooter, even if you don't agree with his takes, which frankly I'm finding out that I don't very often. But I love him. He's a straight shooter, which is refreshing in this space for sure. So give him a view over there, give him a follow. But we're going to be doing a collaboration soon. Probably in June, I'm hoping, Toller. I'll hit you up, but we'll probably record it in June. But we're going to do a Quentin Tarantino themed like video. So we're going to make our team of, I don't know if I want to spoil it yet, but it's going to be a lot of Tarantino love going on because he's a big fan of Tarantino, as am I. So what's up, brother? Let's see. Joey says, did you hear about Mikey's next project? So that's, let me go to Twitter. I think that's the one with Kirsten Dunst, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I shared that on my thing recently. Because I can't remember the deets. Let's see. By the way, see The Ugly Stepsister, guys, if you're into it. Did I not share it? I thought I shared it on Twitter. But yes, I did see it. I'm just trying to remember what it was because it was something weird, right? It was like, is it Kirsten Dunst? Remind me, Joey. But she did, let's see. I thought I retweeted that. Scarjo. All right, let me see. Mikey Madison. Yeah, dog. I'm so glad that came up immediately. I'm not going to argue with that. It's my Nora. Where the hell is it? Why wouldn't it be one of the first things to come up? Because that is recent. Jesus Christ. Latest. Here we go. This is a good segue, too, for the giveaway that I wanted to tell everybody about. If they're coming to this at a later date. Where the hell is it? What's the name of it? It's got something to do with a iguana or some shit, right? What is? Let me go back to the chat. Why can't I find this damn article? Mikey Madison new role. Is this it? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. All right, let's look at this. You guys gonna see it? Yeah, you're gonna see it. So look at this thing, guys. Mikey Madison's next role, a mermaid mystery with Kirsten Dunst. So it's called Reptilia. Mikey and Kirsten are set to star in a thrilling new project. This upcoming film is directed, I don't know who that is. I'm not familiar with this name. Also, I probably can't pronounce it. And tells a gripping story about a dental hygienist who gets drawn into the dark and mysterious world of Florida's exotic animal trade due to a seductive mermaid. Holy shit, seated. Say less. Like, yeah. By the way, my wife's doppelganger right here. This is what my wife looks like. Let me find a picture. Do I have a picture of my wife on my computer? I don't know if it's safe to go into my photos. I'm just kidding, they're fine, but I probably have a lot of weird shit on there. Anyway, my wife and Kirsten Dunst are often, or she's often told that she looks like Kirsten Dunst. So that's her doppelganger. Yeah, I saw that, Joey. That sounds like, and only in Florida, right? I love that they said it in Florida. It almost has to be based on that synopsis. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, let's go. Let's see what's up. I'm going back to the chat. Thank you, Joey. Yes, I saw that. I'll move on, but I'll just say that in reading that, I don't know the director. Obviously, I know these two actresses, but other than that, like, it doesn't sound very awardsy. So I'm anxious to get Mikey back in the awards discussion. I don't think it'll be with Reptilia, although I'm thrilled to see it. I'm very excited for it. So yes, Toller hates me. He said that earlier. Is this again? You still hate me, or is that from before? Let's see. Kayla's here. Kayla's my homegirl, one of the patrons of the show. I love her. I'm so thankful for my patrons, guys, that Kayla, I actually take her with me to advanced screenings. That's what you get for giving me $1 a month. I'm just kidding. She doesn't have to pay for it because I love her and we used to work together and she's actually an actual friend of mine. So that everything I just said is a lie. I would take her no matter what. So there you go. Kayla, what's up? Anthony said he couldn't figure out something witty to say. Oh, you turned your comment off. Kayla's like telling it like it is. Let's see. Why does it? God, this thing is like intense. Oh my God, you saw that? Hurry up tomorrow after 2 hours. I can confidently say I have no idea what it was about. Dude. Okay, so Trey Edward Schultz is the director there. Toler, I don't know how much background you have on him, but he did a movie called Waves that I really, really liked. It was one of my favorite movies that year. I think that was 22. I think it was 22 or 23 that movie came out. He's a great director. Like, I really love his visionary style, but that movie was also really kind of fucking weird. It had Sterling K. Brown in it, played the father in that movie, and one of the girls from Euphoria was in it. I can't remember her name for some reason. The girl that plays Maddie was in it. But I love him. Now, this movie, did you guys see that? Let me show you, actually. I have it right here. Sorry, Mikey. Sorry, wife doppelganger. I'm going to have to go back to Letterboxd. So I have, let me pull it up here. What's the, hurry up tomorrow. Watch this. Look at the bell curve on this movie on Letterboxd, guys. You ready? Watch this. Where's it at? Look at this. Look. Holy shit. What are we doing? 8% 5 stars. Okay. 10% 1 star. I mean, this thing is all over the place, rating-wise. Toler, do you want to tell us what you would give it out of 5? I'll still promote your review and tell people to go over there and watch it, because I'm sure if you hated it, you'll lay into it. I don't know, man. I love him as a filmmaker, Schultz, and I love Jenna Ortega. I mean, a divine queen. I love her. She hasn't really proven herself in film yet, though, I would say. She's in that horror niche, and she's great at it. Wednesday and the Tim Burton stuff. I mean, she's great at that shit. You know what I mean? But what else can she do? We don't really know yet. I'm confident. I actually had her in my 30 under 30 as a possible Oscar contender in the next decade. So I'm confident. Barry Keoghan I love. Riley Keough I love. The Weeknd, I love his music. I like his music. You know, I own some of his albums. I've seen him in concert. I just don't really know as an actor. So if you're willing, Toler, I'm going to go through the comments, but if you're willing, tell us where you would fall right here. This is fucking crazy. Because traditionally in Letterboxd, it's like, you know, leans one way or the other for the most part, or it's like right in the middle. It's not like a fucking, you know, roller coaster or whatever. So somebody says, I can handle the truth. I don't know if that's a spoiler, but okay, let me see some comments here. Look who's here, guys. AJ, what's up, brother? I'm good, man. I'm good. I was talking about my son's Little League season that's kind of gone off the rails because of the weather around here in North Carolina. The rain has just destroyed everything. But other than that, we're good. Trying to get caught up while they're asleep. If they come in here screaming, then, you know, I apologize. But they're cute, so what are you going to do? There's been a lot of rain where Joey is. Anthony says the weather's bipolar in the Midwest. I heard Texas was about to get hit with a heat wave, which doesn't usually happen till like July or August. So I'm not trying to, you know, get you go political or whatever, but if you don't believe in global warming, I don't know what the hell is going on in certain parts of the world. Like, right? Like, I mean, it shouldn't be 100 degrees in May in Texas, right? I mean, I don't think. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Govind Aurora, is that right? Jennifer Lawrence is heavily predicted to win Best Actress at Cannes. You know, I am so excited for Die My Love. I'll pull it up on Letterboxd while we're talking about it here. This is easily one of my most anticipated of the year. Definitely coming out of Cannes. You know, it kind of got into submission in the last minute. It wasn't on their initial announcement, and it's going to be premiering there. It's also got Pattinson, and look at these powerhouses here, Sissy Spacek and Nick Nolte. And I actually saw a still of Nick Nolte yesterday from the movie. Obviously, he's older anyway, but I mean, he just has that grandfatherly kind of rugged look. And I'm like, I don't know, man. If he gets some juicy scenes like he had in Warrior, remember when he was the dad in Warrior? It was really fucking good in that. maybe supporting for him. I don't know. I'm in it. I'm into it. I have Lakeith Stanfield right now in the mix because they love him. You know, they've nominated him a couple times already. Sissy Spacek, a previous winner. I'm really, really excited to see this. The only thing, Govind, I hope I'm saying that right, Govind. The only thing with this movie, though, is I worry about Lynn Ramsey movies in general being embraced by the Academy. It just historically is not the type of, like, because she does a lot of, like, psychological, I don't even know if thriller is the right word. Like, it's just a very, like, mind fuck kind of filmmaking that she does. And I love it. Like, You Were Never Really Here with Joaquin Phoenix, one of my favorites of the last, like, 5 years. We Need to Talk About Kevin really fucks with you. And they actually did recognize that one with Tilda's nomination, right? But generally speaking, it's not their cup of tea. But we'll see what the tone of this movie is. I will tell you one thing that I'm beyond thrilled to see it. And Jennifer Lawrence coming back into the fold. Let's go. I love J-Law. Thanks for being here, Govind. But yes, I am. We'll see. I mean, if she wins that award at Cannes, like Mikey did last year, then she's thrust into the conversation. I just spit all over my laptop. All right, let's see. Anthony's most excited for Mission Impossible and Sentimental Value. Two that I'm very excited for also. Two very different sides of the spectrum there, Anthony. But I'll just ask you, and then I'll scroll through and see if you respond in a minute. But are you deterred from some of the Mission Impossible comments, reviews that I've been seeing? It's kind of all over the place. Let's see. I wish. Oh, so you're not at Cannes. Okay, all right. Sound of Falling did premiere today. That's true. Let's see. Since Anora won the Palm, Substance, Emilia Perez, Sacred Fig also won prizes at Cannes and all went on to get Oscar noms. Could we get multiple films to do that again? Yes, right? Because I have, well, now you're asking my opinion, obviously, but I would say so. What did I put? Let's see. So I've got, what's at Cannes right now? So Cannes, Sentimental Value, right? Nothing else, huh? Die My Love is 20 for me. Eleanor the Great's right here. Unless I'm forgetting something, I don't think any of these other ones are at Cannes right now. So, although, you know what? I mean, who the hell knows? I mean, who knows? I mean, I didn't have Sound of Falling on my radar either. And that premiered today, and I see people, you know, whatever. So, I don't know. AJ, help me out here, man. I don't know. I'm trying really hard to go on what I do know and what I'm familiar with the Academy doing, but, I mean, you know, we don't know, man. But I would say that it's a definite possibility, especially if there's, like, multiple prizes given out at Cannes for it. Old School Hollywood making a comeback for the Oscars this year. Clooney, McConaughey, Gwyneth Paltrow, Julia Roberts. Yes. To answer your question, yes. Did I do... Oh, you know what? I did my predictions video, but I don't have the... Or do I? I'm trying to think if I have it on my computer. On this computer. No, but you know what I can do? I think I can share my awards expert app with you guys. I think. Let me see. I don't know what the layout's going to look like, but let me try it real quick. Because I think maybe if I do that, I have my... Yeah, you guys can see that, right? Okay, so let me see. So to answer your question, yes, because I have... So that's picture. So look, Govind, look. I've got Julia Roberts at number 1 in Best Actress. So, yes. I've got... This is the only one where maybe I don't line up with your thinking, but I do have Clooney in the mix and McConaughey down here in my near misses. If one of these two or both of them, frankly, got nominated, I'm not going to be surprised or upset about it. But right now, I've got them just outside the 5. I mean, I'm also going on a hunch because I haven't seen literally any of these. So, and then for supporting, I do have Gwyneth Paltrow right here. Yep. I've also got J-Lo in there. If you guys want to follow me on the Award Expert, if you have that, it's just the Awards Garage. And then supporting actor, I've got Mark Hamill, which I would consider old Hollywood. You know, the 70s with Star Wars, if nothing else. Is that what you said? Sean Penn is kind of old Hollywood. Let me go back. So to answer your question, yeah, I think everybody that you mentioned is in strong contention to be in the mix this year. Absolutely. Fuji says, I assume you mean Fuji, says the beginning of Mission Impossible is a bit of a mess, but the second half is epic and sticks the landing. I had a notification that he did his review today, but I don't really watch review. I'll see like tweets or whatever, but I don't like watch reviews or read reviews until after I see it and kind of come up with my own thoughts. But consensusly, I'm kind of hearing that summary that you just posted there, Anthony, that Toller's working on thumbnails. I know the struggle with that, brother. Joey says, I'm hoping to finally see Sinners. It's been a busy, assume you mean week with WrestleMania, schoolwork, and doing other things. Yeah, man. Joey, are you the one that lives in Germany, right? Is it Germany? Remind me. I know you're overseas. If it's not you, you're going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? But I think you're the one that joins us from Germany occasionally. So we don't agree a lot. Still giving me hell over Sinners. No, I just, it wasn't just Sinners. What was the other stuff that you, I can't remember. I like that though. I like being challenged and I like hearing other sides of the argument too. Like I don't want to tune into, because I watch a lot, well, I should say I listen to, because my day job, my real job, I have to drive around. I have a route. I'm in beer sales. And so I drive around from store to store or whatever, and 8 hours a day basically in between stores, in between stops. And I listen to YouTube. It's kind of weird, right? But I'll put on videos and just listen to it. Usually 1.5 speed, in fairness. By the way, Toller, I don't know if you ever listened to your opening intro on 1.5, but it is a banger on 1.5. Because I accidentally played it at regular speed the other day. When I started playing the episode, it was on regular, and I was like, what the hell is this? He changed his intro? And I realized I was on normal speed. So just a heads up, the 1.5 version of that Sam Jackson jingle that you play is a banger. But anyway, what I was going to say is I listen to a lot of, award stuff and movie review stuff. And, sometimes it lines up. But if I'm listening to somebody and they don't like something that I like, like Sinners, for example, I loved it. So I listen to what other people think of it. And if I hear somebody that's like, I didn't like it, and this is why, and they start talking about why they don't like it, I don't turn it off. Like, I listen to it. You know what I mean? I try to soak that in, what the kind of consensus is and what other people think of different things. And conversely, if I hated something, like I did not like Clown in a Cornfield that everybody was talking about in the last couple of weeks. I just saw it last week, and I thought it was okay. It was average, like at best it was average. It was like a R-rated version of Goosebumps is what I said on my review. So, if that's your thing, then great, If you're 15 years old and you don't really get to see a lot of horror, you're probably going to think it's the greatest thing in the world. But if you're 50 and you've seen 1,000 horror movies, it's not that great. So, especially when you know Art the Clown and Pennywise and others. So, that kind of shit. But then when I hear somebody that loved it, I listen to their review, like, why did you love it? What did I miss here? What didn't connect with me, So, Tolwer, don't take it personal. It was actually a compliment. Yeah. Let's see. Oh boy. Anthony said he can give Toller a run for his money because I'm not ready for his opinion on The Godfather or The Shining. The Godfather is one that I need to revisit because I haven't seen it in literally, this is no exaggeration, I probably saw that movie, all of them, the Godfather films, when I was in college. And I don't think aside from seeing bits and pieces, I don't think I've seen them since. And that would have been in the late 90s. So I haven't seen those films in 25 to 30 years. So I remember, iconic scenes or whatever, the line deliveries, but I don't remember the films. I know they're, revered or, whatever, but I need to revisit them. Maybe I'll do it for my Patreon or something like that because I want to, and I wonder if they would hold up for me, because I remember loving Part 2 when I saw Part 2. And again, this was probably 1998 or something, Part 2 was my favorite of the three, but I just don't remember them. The Shining, even Stephen King doesn't like The Shining. That Kubrick's iteration of it. I think it's iconic and has a place in horror history. I understand why people don't like it, especially if they are like attached to the source material, because obviously that was King's issue too. So the Room 237 documentary, all that shit, I understand all that shit. So it just kind of depends on when you come to it in your life, I guess. And The Shining was one of the early horror seeds for me as a horror guy. So it's always going to kind of hold a place for me. And I think, Nicholson and Duvall are freaking phenomenal in it. And Kubrick's a madman who, did a lot of shit that he probably shouldn't have done as a filmmaker, but he'll be remembered forever. So, but I get it. I get what you're saying, and I'm not going to argue with it. Let's see. Joey says he was going to see it last weekend in front of the theater. Had a little fire. But the good thing was everyone was okay, and I was happy that the theater was... So there was a fire at the theater that you were going to see Sinners at? That's kind of ironic and a little scary if you've seen the film since then, or if you know about the film. Yikes. But yeah, I'm glad everybody's okay too. Wow, what a story, man. Glad you're okay. Glad everybody's okay. Captain Bro Dude. God, I love that. CBD, right? CBD? Can I call you CBD? Do you think Hugh Jackman for Logan would have been a good nom and or win for Best Actor that year? Abso-fucking-lutely. 1,000%. Yeah, I mean, not only that, movie. James Mangold for director. What was her name? Daphne Keane for supporting actress. Yeah, I mean, some of those are going to be a stretch from like the Academy's wavelength, but 1,000%. Now, what could tarnish that a little bit? Wolverine's back, right? With Deadpool. I know it's a different timeline. By the way, don't get me started on these fucking timelines, guys. Jesus. I mean, there's so many. Close the portals already. It's insane. But anyway, it's the same shit with RDJ coming back for Doctor Doom and all that. I don't like that personally because I get it that it's a different timeline, different characters, different versions. I understand all that, and I know that's what comics do, but that's a comic book, okay? I know that that's Robert Downey Jr., the actor. I know that that's Hugh Jackman, the actor. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, a little bit of the novelty and the kind of special component behind it is lost when these guys come back to do the characters again after they have their swan song. Now, Logan was a amazing swan song for that character. Just absolutely get choked up every time I think about it. My son's named after it. Named after him. Can you see it? Logan with the Weapon X symbol. I mean, I'm on board, dude. Absolutely, I think so. CBD. Let's see. You're on a roll these days. Hell of a grind. Yeah, I am hyper fixated on film. It's my thing, man. I mean, my family, my kids, obviously come first. But when it comes to like a hobby or something that energizes me outside of that, I like watching sports. I mean, I do, I'm a big baseball guy, so I'm a big Red Sox fan. So, unfortunately for me, in the last 5 years, the Red Sox have been mediocre. So, not a lot to really cheer for there. I mean, they're doing okay this year, but I mean, they're only a couple games over 500. But I love the NFL. Panthers suck. Carolina Panthers are my team. They suck, so what are you going to do? Celtics, blew it in the playoffs this year. But, movies will always be there for us. I mean, I know it sounds cheesy, but they will always be there for us. Now, will the cinematic theater experience always be there for us? I don't know. Wow. Hold that thought. But it's just it's just a security blanket for me. I just love it, But thank you, man. I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate it. Yep, Reptilia. I finally figured it out, dude. Oh, my God. That'd be good. That'd be good. She kind of inadvertently, since I'm not sharing Chrome, let me see if I can, or photos, let me see if I can find this photo of her. She kind of inadvertently did she's going to be so mad, dude. She doesn't watch my streams, but oh my God, she would hate me if she knew I was sharing a picture of her. Although she has social media, so I don't know why she, doesn't think these would be on there. But the problem is I don't. Did I even bring my damn phone out here? Yeah, let me airdrop it to myself. I don't need to do that. Disconnect. So I'm going to see if I can find this picture of my wife that is my favorite picture of her, and it was on her wedding day. But the reason I was going to say is because she kind of inadvertently cosplayed, or what did you call it? Hang on. You did say cosplay. She kind of inadvertently cosplayed as, why can't I, dude, I am struggling technology-wise. All right, let's see. I'm not going to have this on my phone, am I? This is crazy. I'll find it, though. It's on Instagram. Anyway, she kind of accidentally, not meaning to or whatever, cosplayed as Kirsten Dunst from Melancholia on our wedding day, because she had the wedding dress, and it looked very similar to the one Kirsten's wearing in there. Here it is. Oh, you know what? I shared it recently. Although I don't know if you guys are going to think this looks like her now. Kirsten Dunst, I mean. Dude, am I going to have to this is crazy shit, dude. I'm going to have to literally screenshot it just to be able to send it to my computer to show you guys. All right, hang on. This is my wife, though. I love her, so let me do this. Done. Save. This is crazy. Do not tell her I did this. All right, let me share. Let me send that to my MacBook real quick. All right. Open. All right, now I don't know if I can share this with you now that I have it on the screen. It kind of looks like Kirsten Dunst. Maybe you guys will still think so. Let's see. Can I share it? Photos. Preview. Here it is. There she is. It worked. Oh my God, I can't believe it worked. All right, so that's her. That's my wife. That's kind of Kirsten Dunst, right? A little bit. That was in 2000. The hell did we get married? What year is it? That was in 2010. But she has the Melancholia wedding dress there, so, that's her. But you know what? I wonder if I could get her to do that, though. That would be good. Let me go back to that. All right, just in case she tunes in, you know what I mean? Yikes. Okay, let me go back to your comments. Let's see. CBD also says Kirsten Dunst did a good Florida TV show. If I recall correctly, did she? She was on Fargo, a season of Fargo, right? With Plemons. I don't know. Maybe she don't turn my fan on out here. Is Kayla still here? Kayla's met my wife, I think. No, she met my kids. I don't remember that TV show, CBD. And don't be sorry, bro. I mean, sometimes I don't get any feedback or I just end the stream because nobody's commenting or asking questions. So I'm all about it, dude. Keep spamming, keep doing whatever you want to do. Any questions you want to ask me, please ask me. I'm happy for Mikey's next movie to take place in my home state of Florida. Yeah, that story that we were talking about with Reptilia, that almost has to be in Florida. Has to be. What are we talking about there, Toller, I wonder? That's from before. Still do, but yeah. My memory's horrible. Jason, what's up, brother? Welcome to the stream, and thanks for tuning in as always. Nerdrovert's my guy. He actually reminded me tuning in. There was a couple things I wanted to tell you guys about tonight. So over here on the screen share, I'll show you real quick. On Twitch, if you guys have it, and then I'll drop it in the chat too. I think it's clickable if I drop it in the chat real quick. But this weekend, we are doing a thing that we call Live Stream for the Cure. And it is a cancer fundraiser, essentially. Cancer research fundraiser. And I don't want to lose my place in the comments, though. I don't want to make sure. Okay. I think that's going to pop up for you guys. But anyway, you can, if you have Twitch, just go ahead and follow the Live Stream for the Cure channel over there. And Friday and Saturday, basically all day, both days, we're going to be streaming. And it's live streaming. We have a ton of content creators and podcasters on. I'll be on. We're doing a segment for my portion on Saturday night at 10 o'clock. And I'm giving away a 6-movie collector's edition box set of Mission Impossible, 1 through 6. The only one that's not in there is Dead Reckoning. But otherwise, you get all the films. And I'm going to be giving that away to the highest donor during my set. But basically, we just raise money for Cancer Research Institute. My buddy Nick, who is in the screenshots here from previous videos, runs it every year. He does it out of his home in New York. And me and my friend Dan, who is also a producer on my show, we help him run it from remotely most of the time. Although we've gone in person a couple times. But I wanted to shout out Livestream for the Cure, which is another reason why I wanted to do this stream tonight, because I think tomorrow night Nick's going to be streaming as like a little pregame situation. And then, like I said, Friday and Saturday, it's Livestream for the Cure, so there won't be a lot of stuff going up on the awards garage for a few days, because we'll be doing the event, trying to raise some money over there. So if you're into it, even if you just want to tune in for my segment, would be awesome. But anytime you can pop in, it's I think it starts at like 9 or 10 in the morning and runs until midnight, Friday and Saturday. So pop in when you can, your lunch break, when you go home from work, before you go to bed, whatever, and try to support us and share the event too, if you're willing to do so. But that was one thing I wanted to mention, and Jason, my buddy Jason, popping in here actually reminded me, like, oh shit, I forgot to talk about that. But yeah, so live stream for the Cure this weekend. Make sure you guys are all about it. You don't want to give us your score out of 5, huh? I'm still wondering about that, but Toller says he wants to know what kind of drugs you have to be on in order to understand Hurry Up Tomorrow. So is it like a time travel? It's a time travel thing, right? Is it? That's the impression I get from the trailer. It's like a time and space thing. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to see it. I think I'm not seeing any movies in the theater this week because of live stream, honestly. But next week I'm going to see the new Final Destination, I think on a matinee on like Monday or Tuesday. I don't know if I'm going to do a review for the channel, but I'm going to see it because I'm a horror guy and I love that series. So I'll be seeing Final Destination, and then next Tuesday night I have my advanced screening for Mission Impossible. So next week I'll be seeing a couple movies. But my point is, I doubt I'll be able to see Hurry Up Tomorrow in the theater, because by the time I would go see it, it's probably going to be on streaming because I don't think it's going to do very well. The reviews have been a little too scattered for it to perform decently, I would think. Let me go back to Letterboxd so that I can see the comments a little bit better, or something with a black screen. You guys hit me with the questions, and I'll answer anything I can. I know there's probably some awards junkies in here just like me. I recently put up my predictions. Make sure you guys go to the channel feed if you haven't already, because I think it was last Friday, I put up my initial round 1 of my predictions for the 6 top of the line categories. Obviously, that's going to change drastically as the weeks go on. And then yesterday, I actually put out which I didn't plan to do, but I was just like researching it and brainstorming, and I just recorded it. I was like, fuck it. But I did my predictions for best casting, which of course this year is going to be the first year for the best cast award at the Oscars. So that is on the channel as well. And if you guys are watching this too, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That helps me. The other thing, I'm going to forget to tell you guys so much shit. It's ridiculous. The other thing that I want to tell you guys about, how can I tell you? Oh, you know what I can do? I can just go to the, if you're tuning into this after it's live, or if you're watching now by chance, and you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, because I'm giving away a custom canvas poster from Honora at the end of the month. We're going to do a drawing on like June 1st to see who won that, and all you have to do to be entered is be subscribed to the channel, as long as you have public subs on. If you don't have public subs on, I still appreciate the sub, but there would be no way for me to put your name in the drawing. So there's an option that you can turn that on, even if you want to turn it off after June 1st, or whatever, just so you can be entered in the contest. But that'll be, and then you have to comment on a video. It doesn't matter which one, any comment. That's kind of where I start. So I go through the comments from like April 1st through the end of May, which is the contest period. And anybody that commented, and then I'm going to click on their profile and see if they're subbed. And if they are, they're entered. If you're a channel member, you get 3 entries as opposed to just the 1. So I was going to show you the poster. How can I do that? Let me think. Do I have it on... I probably put it on my Twitter, right? I would think. Oh, God. I need Nerdrovert in here. Isn't there a way to... Yeah, here it is. All right, so I was going to show all my GIFs, isn't it? Oh, my God. It does do like a little small version, though. Here it is. Hey, I found it a lot easier than I thought I would. So there you go. That's all you have to do. So you have to sub to the channel and comment on any video that came out in April or May. Doesn't matter which one. And on June 1st or shortly thereafter, we will do a drawing of all my subs to see who wins the poster. And it's that poster. It's it's the movie poster, but this image, this version of it, with her half naked on these red silk sheets. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, is there anybody that doesn't want that? I mean, you know, I mean, I know I'm a guy, but I mean, that's beautiful. Let's put it on the wall. Love Mikey. So. Oh my God! Look at what Elon's doing up here, guys. He wants me to reach 100,000 more people right now. Click this. Pay probably $80 or something crazy. So that's that. I share so many GIFs. So stupid. I'm one of those people that like. I don't really have. Obviously, you guys saw me fumbling around with the technology, but I don't have the greatest navigation around that stuff. But like, I'm also one of those people that if I could probably like communicate only via GIFs and like emojis, I would probably do that. I don't know. I just have a knack for it. Let's see what else we got. You guys are getting kind of quiet over there. I'll probably end it up here in a second. I just want to see what else we have in here. If there's any other questions for me, if you guys haven't, throw them in here. I just wanted to mention the poster giveaway. I wanted to mention a live stream for The Cure. I wanted to see if you guys had any questions about award season or movies upcoming or movies that have already come out. I could show you guys my 2025 rankings so far if you want. I can do that. I'll pull that up while I'm looking at questions real quick, actually. Follow me on Letterboxd if you're into it. It's just the awards garage over there. Let's see. So Toller is going to like my number 1. But I'll leave that there for now. I think I've only seen like 40-ish films, but that's my top 20 on the screen right there. Let's see what else you got here. If you're a Weekend fan, there's some value, but for the life of me, he did not get it. Every comment of yours I'm reading on this movie, I'm more and more intrigued by it. Kayla, I love you too. That's my girl right there. Man, we've seen so many movies together. We saw Air together. We saw Barbie together. Barbie on opening weekend. I saw with Kayla. She won't go see horror movies with me though. She won't do that. She's a scaredy cat. She won't do that. We saw the what was it? Jesse Eisenberg, A Real Pain. We saw together early. We had to drive all over fucking town to get to that one because they kept moving the screening, weather or something. I don't know, something. They overbooked the theater or something crazy. I don't know. But I've probably taken Kayla to like at least 7 or 8 screenings, probably like early screenings. I think. She's local to me. That's my homegirl. So not for the general audience. Okay, but if I'm a Weekend fan, I might like it. What about a Jenna Ortega fan? I'm more of a fan of hers. None of the people knew what was going on. Wow. Those kinds of movies can get you, man. That's what gets me about the Terrence Malick films. Some of my friends love that shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's like a screensaver for like 3 hours. Like, it's just a bunch of like images. Let's see. Govind says, do you think Scarlett Johansson can get a Best Director in some of the precursors if the film is good? So Govind, I assume you follow my channel. I don't know if you've seen the predictions videos, but I'm just telling you right now. Now Cannes is happening. So you guys can be even further witnesses to this. If AJ is still here, he'll tell you. If Jason Nerdrover is still here, he'll tell you. I'm assuming they heard me say it. Back in March, like within a couple weeks after the Oscars aired, I said then, with literally no information other than the cast and the title, and ScarJo as the director, I said then in like mid-March that Eleanor the Great was going to be a player for the Oscar. I said that. I just, it's a hunch. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a hunch. But when they said that it was going to be premiering at Cannes, I'm like, all right, let's fucking go, dude. Like, I fucking told you guys. I don't know what people are, the disconnect, because Scarlett Johansson is, we were just talking about old Hollywood earlier, and of course she's not old, I don't mean that, but she's been around for a minute. And she's been nominated multiple times. She's worked with a ton of filmmakers that are Oscar winners. Everybody loves her. She's an ambassador for Hollywood, for movies, for cinema. She's in blockbusters. I mean, she's going to be in Jurassic Park. Was it next month, right? Or July, for example. Not to mention the one she's already done. And she's directing. And I don't think she's in that movie either as an actress, which is a big thing for somebody like, I mean, she's a huge draw. You know, so it's a big decision for her to make. If she's the one in the director's chair, she could be in it if she wants to be. But she's not. She's directing it. It's a project she's super passionate about. I've seen her, I just read her, she did an interview in, I think it was Variety. I shared that on my Twitter the other day. She's very passionate about it. And she only wanted to make it if she could get June Squibb, who's 95 years old, another one that is revered in Hollywood. I mean, we're talking like the mother of Hollywood, the grandmother of Hollywood. I mean, just a fucking amazing person. That anybody in their right mind would just be over the moon if she were to be nominated, let alone win an Oscar at this age. So these two women are running this film that's a life reflection study of Eleanor that June Squibb's playing in the movie. And I just see it. I just see that as an Oscar, as an awards player. Will it get all the way to the Oscars? I'm not sure, but I think it's going to be in the conversation. I absolutely do, Govind. Yes. And I do my predictions, and then I'll watch some others. And every time I watch them, I'm like, man, nobody's mentioning Eleanor the Great. Like, either I sound like a fucking moron on this, like, hour video I just did, or I'm going to end up being prophetic, come December or January or whatever. But it's going to take something to get me off of that train right now, because I'm kind of cheerleading for that film to work. And I obviously hope it's good, because then if the reviews are bad and I don't like it and it's not good, then it's going to kind of fall off, But to answer your question right now, I absolutely think Eleanor the Great is a player. When it comes to Scarlett Johansson being a director nomination, though, there's no way for me to really answer that, at least until I see the movie, because she's never done it before, right? She's known as an actress. But I did equate it in my mind, which kind of got me on the train of predicting it to begin with. I did kind of think of it in my mind as an equivalent to Bradley Cooper, who's been nominated 13 times, by the way. I'm working on a video right now. I'm doing research for a video of people that I can't believe don't have Oscars yet. And the only criteria is that you have to have been nominated a minimum of 2 times. Bradley Cooper's been nominated 13 times, guys, across different positions, producer, director, actor. And what the fuck? I mean, he hasn't won. So it's fucking crazy, first of all. But anyway, whenever he directs a movie, whether it's A Star is Born, Maestro, right? He's known as an actor, and he kind of shed away that little, what do you want to call it, idiosyncrasy of the Academy of not nominating or the director's branch not nominating directors if they are known as actors, because they're like, well, he's not one of us. He's an actor. He's more popular than we are. He's more famous than we are. We're not going to know. But he kind of broke that mold a little bit. And Scarlett Johansson's well loved, so it's a possibility. Right now, I'm thinking picture, June Squibb, possibly screenplay, which I think would be adapted. I think. But yeah, I think like 3 to 4 nominations right now for Eleanor the Great. I really do. That's what I think right now. And then I think, is it Neon that has it, right? Or no, it's Sony Pictures Classics, I think, has this thing. Do you guys know how well Sony Pictures Classics campaigns for films? I mean, Neon is maybe the only other independent studio that I would want to have my movie other than Sony Pictures Classics. I'm just going to tell you, they get fucking nominations. When they get behind a project and they push it, it goes all the way to the Academy red carpet. So everybody just remain calm. But just remember, your boy in the awards garage said it in March of 2025. Uh, let's see. I think the weird art house movie pick for Mikey as a break. She can get back into awards after. That's the hope. I agree with you. I'm fucking thrilled to see this thing, and I loved her. Loved her. And I told you guys this last summer when I was pushing Honora that's my ghost face. That's Amber from Scream, motherfuckers. Like, I love her in Scream. So, I don't know that this is going to be horror necessarily, the one with Kirsten Dunst, but it definitely sounds weird, right? It sounds like it's going to be strange and fantastical. It could have some horror elements. I mean, mermaids and shit. Did you guys ever see The Lure? That's a fucking horror movie with mermaids. And they were kind of hot, too, which is kind of... It's a whole thing I'm still battling with internally. But yeah, I think that's the hope, Corey. Mission Impossible usually sticks the landing, so I'm not worried. That's what Anthony says. I agree. You know, it is a shame, though, in a way, that at least... Well, I don't want to say that yet. I mean, it's not even out yet, so I can't say that. I'll hold that commentary. So I was going to say it could be a shame if consensusly it's looked down as a bit of a letdown for the series that's been going on for 30 years. But I'm not going to say that after the initial, can reactions. I know there's been some critic screenings and stuff. I'm going to mine next week, but we'll wait and see. If the movie going public likes it and even more so they go out for it, and Tom Cruise continues to help keep cinema alive, then I'm good. Joey lives in the States. AJ, are you still here? Do you remember who the young man was that pops in on the streams that was in Germany? I thought that was Joey. Who is that? If he was here, I would know it. Anyway, I'm sorry, Joey. There's a in fact, his name might be Joey, which is maybe why I thought that. But there's a gentleman that joins the streams. He's a channel regular, and I thought you were him, and he lives in Germany. But Germany or the States, I'm glad to have you. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Joey also says, do you think we could see both Frankenstein and Sinners? I mean, yeah. Am I stupid? Maybe, but here you go. This is funny that you're asking me all these. Here you go. I'll show you. Actually, I'll leave my These are not up to date to the minute, except for Best Picture, because I haven't gone in and updated the acting ones yet. But yes, I have both of them in right now. I have Sinners in, and then I have Frankenstein down here at like my number 8. Here's the issue, though. And I didn't care because it's my initial, predictions, but this right here is not going to happen. 3 Netflix films and Best Picture, I highly, highly doubt that the Academy will do that. Two of these 3, I'm thinking will make it. So Frankenstein is unfortunately probably the one that won't make it of those 3, unless we get some kind of weird reception to those others when they come out. So that's the only thing that gives me pause. But I absolutely think that they both could be in the 10 for sure, and they're definitely both in the conversation. I'll tell you that right now. And Sinners, Anthony, if he's still in the chat, him and I were having a little back and forth earlier, and I respect his opinion, and I appreciate, and I understand what he's saying, but he's of the mindset that the Academy is not going to be able to get past the vampire kind of genre elements to Sinners, and that the messaging or the importance in Sinners around the Jim Crow era and the struggle of black people in that time in America, racism, white privilege, those types of things are too under the surface and too kind of insinuated and not enough in your face for the Academy to really get it. And there's truth to that. It is definitely a subtle message in Sinners. And it's just kind of a narrative playing out. But I think I don't see it as a vampire movie. I really don't. I mean, there's vampires in it. And, the last 30 to 45 minutes of the movie, they have the standoff with the vampires. I won't spoil it for those who haven't seen it. But, I mean, there's, a whole standoff at the juke joint with the vampires. But it's just so much more to me. In fact, it's more a film about blues music, honestly, for me, than about vampires. And it's about family. It's about, redemption. It's about reclaiming your your lot in life. If you're talking about Smoke and Stack and why they left Chicago and why they're back in Mississippi, it's the lesser of two evils, really, right? And then the irony is that they think the lesser of the two evils is Mississippi, but when they get back there, they face an evil that could kill them and everybody they know from a supernatural perspective, but still. So there's a little bit of kind of like political irony built into it too. But I don't know, man. I think if you go on historical patterns, then yeah, they're probably not going to nominate Sinners, at least for Best Picture. Now, it could still get other text and stuff like, other stuff. Kugler for screenplay, that kind of stuff. But I think that I've got it being nominated for 8 right now. So I'll just tell you. Let me see if I can remember off the top of my head. I got it being nominated for picture and director. I've got score, Goranson. Forget it. I think that might even be a win already. I've got what else did I have in there? Original song. There's a song that Miles Catton does. I can't remember the name of it for some reason, but I think that's going to be nominated for song. I've got it for best casting. The new award. That's 5. What else did I have? Sound and cinematography. That's 7. And then there was an 8th one. It wasn't production design or hair and makeup because I purposely left those 2 off because they usually go hand in hand. So I didn't want to give it one and not the other. I had Michael B. Jordan in the near misses, but I didn't have him in the 5. So maybe it was 7 I haven't being nominated for then. Not 8. So I think it's 7, unless I'm forgetting something. So yeah, I think Delroy Lindo's in the mix too, but right now I've got it for 7. So there you go. I mean, that's what I think. And like I told Anthony in the comments earlier, it could end up getting nothing. That's the kind of hard thing about early predictions is that, you might want something to do well or, you go out on a limb, but we don't fucking know, guys. We don't, I love Cole. I love the Oscar expert. I love all those guys. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Now, some people might be more in tune with what's happened in the past, and that's what I try to be, but not always. But you might be more in tune with that, where your hunches have a little bit more tingling to them when something comes up or reflects previous years or whatever, or, actors, directors that have done stuff before. But we still, no matter how you look at it, you just don't know. You really don't. At a minimum, until some of the critics awards start to come around. And even then, because Demi Moore, as an example, last year for The Substance, she didn't hit in terms of being a contender until the Globes. I'm just telling you right now because I follow this shit every day of my life. People had her in the conversation. People would mention her. I'm sure there were people that had her in the 5, and good on them. I always had her in that 6 to 10 because it was a horror movie and it was a gross body horror film. And I just was like, yeah, kind of like what Anthony's saying about Sinners. I was just like, they're not gonna fucking do this. This is the most disgusting thing. I loved it, but there's no way they're gonna do it. And then the Globes came, and she had that amazing speech on top of this really revelatory performance that we knew from The Substance. And next thing you know, it was off to the races with Mikey Madison. She was in there. But even with the Critics Awards and stuff, we didn't know that. I think I saw a stat at one point before the Globes that Mikey Madison had 36 critics groups wins, and Demi Moore had 6 or something like that. She was winning, but 6 to 36 is not a competition when you're on your way to the awards circuit. But when the Globes happened and she gave that speech and more people went to see The Substance because of it, that was it. She was in it. And a very similar thing happened with Fernanda Torres when people started seeing I'm Still Here. When she, won the Globe for drama for that. So we don't know. But I do, to answer Joey's question, right now I have both of those movies that you have listed there in the 10. Although I think Frankenstein has a little asterisk next to it, and not like the Thunderbolts, but a maybe, maybe not kind of thing. Let's see. AJ says A24 landed Dev Patel's film The Peasant for $30 million. A revenge thriller set in 1300s India. So happy he's getting to act, write, direct another project after Monkey Man. I did like Monkey Man. Monkey Man was... I did a podcast review of it. It's on my podcast feed on the channel if you want to check it out. From what I recall, though, the storytelling in Monkey Man was a little kind of all over the place. And the camera tactics that Dev used in the movie were very weird. Like, I felt like he was trying to do almost like a found footage in certain elements of the film. And then in other elements, it was like a John Wick action spectacle. And then at other times, it was a really quiet drama. It was very tonally, and I'm not talking about thematically, but I'm talking about like camera work tonally. Was like different people directed different sections of the movie. I remember that making me feel a little unbalanced when I was watching it. But the action was phenomenal. The fight choreography was some of the best of that year easily. And for that to be his directorial debut, directing that kind of shit, and of course acting in it too, was really, really commendable. I love him. So I'm, like you said, I'm glad to see him kind of doing that stuff, projects that are important to him. That's the $1 million question, Kayla. She says, "Is this definitely the last Mission Impossible?" I mean, they're definitely promoting it as such because it's the final reckoning and one last time and all this shit, you know. So, but to Kayla's point, you know, I mean, give Tom Cruise another 100 million, you know. I mean, who knows? Also, the best stunt category of the Oscars is coming out in 2020. Somebody help me out. I think it'll premiere at the 28 Oscars, right? I think. So it would be for any movie that comes out in 2027. So it is a bummer, I'll just tell you, that the stunt category is being introduced after the Mission Impossible series. And I'm not saying that they make these movies to win Oscars necessarily, but I mean, I will tell you this. The Mission Impossible series and film franchises and movies like that with practical stunts is why they created the category. If we didn't have Tom Cruise hanging off of fucking, you know, cliffs and shit, you know, planes and, I mean, jumping off a building, I mean, the guy's goddamn crazy. I mean, he's insane. Then they probably would not have been as quick to do the stunt category. So who knows? I mean, I think it is, Kayla, but I mean, you know, like I said, it's Hollywood, man. I mean, you know, for all I know, another portal's going to open up in the next Avengers, and, you know, Tom Cruise, Ethan's going to come out. I mean, I don't know. 1300s India is an interesting setting. I agree with you. I don't know anything really about that time period. Yeah, I was mentioning Anthony earlier. He says here, I may rag on Sinners as an Oscar contender, but it's the only movie so far that has top 10 at the end of the year potential. What did I have on mine real quick? That reminds me. I was going to show you guys. I want to hear what you guys think of my list. So I do have Sinners at number 1 currently. Bring Them Down is a really dark, I don't even know how to fucking, it's like almost kind of like a crime thriller, but it's two guys in the fucking Irish countryside raising sheep or herding sheep. So that doesn't really scream crime thriller to me, but it has kind of that vibe. Barry Keoghan and Christopher Abbott are the two leads, and they have rival sheep farms. And Christopher Abbott's father is like handicapped. He used to run the sheep, but he can't anymore, so Abbott's doing it for him. And the two fathers hate each other because their sheep are always wandering into each other's fields, and, you know, they're just competing with each other their whole lives. It's the only thing they have in this little village or whatever. Well, I don't want to give it away, but the rivalry, if you will, twists from like kind of friendly rivalry or like whatever to like, oh shit, I can't believe he did that. And then it's like, you did that, so I have to do this. And so the families kind of keep one-upping each other to kind of get back at the other family for doing what they did. And it's not like, you know, it's not like wedgies. I mean, it's like life and death shit, okay? Like dark, dark shit. And, you know, I don't want to give it away, but there's a lot of scenes that are hard to watch, even though I know it's depicted and not real when it comes to like animal violence and that kind of stuff. But like, it's hard to watch. Like they film it like you're there, and it's the performances are out of this fucking world, dude. It's so good. And who else is in this thing? Because so I don't think you guys are gonna know. I mean, there's no like major names really aside from these two leads. I thought I was going to know the lady that plays his love interest, but I don't recognize her name. Here she is. Her. I was trying to think of what else I knew her from. The Descent, yeah. Well, anyway, she plays his love interest, Christopher Abbott's wife, or ex-wife in the movie. But anyway, this is one of my favorites. I'm just shouting it out because it's a little indie that nobody's talking about and nobody will talk about it, but it's really, really good. It's on Mubi, if you have Mubi, and then I think you can rent it on demand. But it's a dark, gritty drama/thriller with some great performances. Drop was one of the funnest movies of the year. Holy shit, I love that thing. That was actually the first movie this year in the theaters when I was like, finally. I think that came out like the first week in April, maybe. And I was like, fucking please, finally. Because I hadn't seen Sinners yet. I hadn't even seen Bring 'Em Down yet at that point. And then I saw Warfare like the next week after Drop, and I was like, all right, here we go. We're on a fucking run, you know? The Ugly Stepsister, oh my God. Why is that still on my watch list? I've already seen it. This movie, guys, holy shit. If you have Shudder, I think it's on demand too. Yeah, you can rent it on demand. It's playing on Shudder right now. This thing, I might move this shit up to my number one. I mean, this is a fucking good movie because this is I don't want to ruin it. So this is essentially Cinderella, okay? The fairy tale, the grim fairy tale of Cinderella. But it's told through the POV and the perspective of one of the stepsisters. Her name is Elvira in the film. I can't remember if that's her name in the fairy tale or not. And the other one's there too, the other stepsister, and the wicked stepmother's there too. So it's told from their perspective. So Cinderella is like in the movie, and she's like there doing, Cinderella shit or whatever. But we're not following her. We're following Elvira. And the premise of the film, which by the way was in some of the Grimm fairy tale, which is fucking crazy that this was like written for children in the 1800s. But it's a body horror film. Elvira does things to herself in the movie, does things to her body in an effort to be as beautiful as Cinderella to get the prince's affection. And the shit that she does in the movie, especially when we get to like the last act of the film and it starts to kind of speed up in terms of like the OMG stuff, is fucking crazy. And this is essentially like Cinderella meets The Substance. It's really what it is. It's not as gory and like violently bloody as The Substance, but it has the exact same level of like shock factor in it. It's so good. I really, really enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought I was going to, because I hate those. And this is not, your typical Disney live action remake, but I do hate live action films that are coming from a Disney source material, even though I know this is the Grimm fairy tale, but I loved it. I loved it. It's in my top 5 of the year. It's really, really good. If you like horror, if you don't like horror, stay far, far fucking away from this thing. It's brutal. But anyway, that's what I'm believing. Let's go back to the comments. I'm sorry, guys. I got off on I'll leave that on the screen there if you guys want to see. Let's see here. AJ, my guy, says, what are your thoughts on the latest F1 and Superman trailers? Did they boost your excitement level? Funny that you mentioned that, AJ. Do you guys want to watch a trailer? I haven't seen... Wait a minute. No, I did see the F1. I haven't seen Superman yet. So one of the things I was maybe going to do on the stream tonight is there's about 3 to 4 trailers I haven't seen yet that all came out in the last like 4 or 5 days. Let's see. I'm going to get copyrighted, but fuck it. Am I right? Is this it? Is this the new one right here? Let me turn this music down real quick. Or I'll just pause it. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear it, though. Hang on. Will you guys tell me if you can hear it? I'm going to start playing it. Tell me if you can hear it. God, I love her. Can you guys hear it? Tell me if you can hear it. Dude, I love her. That was such... This thing already has 8 million views? Didn't this come out today? Hold on, let me see if you guys can hear it. Somebody's commenting. Nope, can't hear it. Okay, hang on. I think I can fix that, I think. Let me see. I got to do audio capture, I think. How do I do that? All right, let me see if this works. All right, so let me go. Do you want me to start it over? All right, let me start. So tell me, I think I just turned it on. Joey and AJ, I think I just turned it on. Let me try again. Hang on. Tell me if you can hear it.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Can you guys hear it?
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for what some
it's
might...
a lot of fire.
It's a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's
Thank
funny?
you.
My
Thank you, Captain
actions?
Bro.
I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Oh, that's like that looks good, dude.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States will
representing
cause
anybody
more
except for me
problems around the world.
and doing good.
I would question myself.
Bro,
in
get the
same
fuck outta here,
situation.
dude.
Consider the consequences.
People were going to die.
Hear the music?
Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
Dude. Oh my God. Have you guys seen this? I have goosebumps. I literally do. It actually could be the fan though. I'm cold. Holy shit. With that music. Okay, hold on. That was good. Okay, let me go back a couple steps here. He said, eyes up here. The fucking music kicked in. Have you guys seen this? That looks good. All right, let me go back a couple. Let me see. Where did he say that at? Right around here. Here we go.
Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
Crypto looks good too.
Choices. Your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
Superman.
Nicholas Holt, my guy.
He's an it. Somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
Bro.
You have a dog?
Dude, Crypto looks fucking good too. That's CG, right? Oh my God, y'all. Let me, before I freak out, let me see what you guys think of this trailer. Oh my God. That thing's going to make like a gazillion dollars. That looks so fucking good. I mean, I was already on board, but the first trailer did not do that to me. I mean, I liked it. Good God. The music hit. I saw the F1 one. What are some other trailers? Throw them in the chat. I know like some trailers dropped like in the last like 3 or 4 days, and I haven't seen any of them. Holy shit, that looked good though. All right, let me go back up to where I was in the comments too. Let's see. All right, I think I was here. Yes, Kayla, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. Yeah, CBD. I like what you're thinking, dude. Absolutely. My sports team of Liverpool kicked a lot of ass this year, and we won the league. That's soccer. I assume you mean soccer. That's awesome, dude. I love that. Ivan says hello from Illinois. What up, Illinois? In the house. What up, Ivan? Thanks for being here, brother. Oh, was that for my wife? I'm so behind on comments, guys. Oh my God. It must be because you said can't go wrong with the Yingling. There you go. I'm wondering what Demi Moore's next film. Maybe she gets another chance at an Oscar. I hope so, Ivan. But they announced her next film. She's going to be working with who was it? Coleman Domingo. Her and Coleman Domingo are going to be in a movie together. Let me see if I can figure out what that is real quick. That's Demi Moore, Coleman Domingo, new movie. Here we go. Demi Moore and Coleman Domingo are set to play lovers in the romance Strange Arrivals. Roger Ross Williams is directing. The movie is inspired by the true story of Betty and Barney Hill, an interracial couple who become the first reported case of an alien abduction. Their experience catapulted them to fame and celebrity. Ooh, so it's based on a true story. So, possibly. Anytime there's real life origins, could be. I don't know, it sounds kind of weird though. But I mean, it's based on a true story, so that could be interesting. Coleman Domingo is another powerhouse too. I mean, this dude's getting nominated every year. So, but that's the question there, Ivan, as to what she's doing next. I don't know about the Oscar potential, but it sounds like being based on a real event that it could be. Let's see, maybe do a movie retrospective, for example, 1982, the best ever year for sci-fi. Hey, you're not wrong. We do that, or we did do that. I haven't done it in, probably 2 or 3 years, but we did that on my podcast. We would do retrospectives for old releases and stuff and let our patrons pick them, but I haven't done that in far too long, so that's a great idea. That's something I need to look into getting back on board with. I did, by the way, another thing I was going to share with you guys, if you want, or I'll just type it in the chat actually, because I think it's clickable. So my podcast I'm going to do kind of like separate from the YouTube videos because it's, long form movie discussions basically. What did I call it? So I'm going to put it in the chat if you guys want to subscribe to that also. Make sure I spell it right. Just dropped it in the chat. I think that's clickable, but if not, it's just on YouTube, it's just Lights, Camera, Garage. And that's the podcast. So if you guys want to subscribe to that, we'll try to get out episodes every couple weeks, at least, me and my buddy Nick, and then I have guests on. We just did Thunderbolts, was the first episode. So it was an hour conversation with my buddy Julio, and I discussed it. So if you saw Thunderbolts, you want to listen to me talk about it for an hour, then you can go listen to our first episode over there. It's so weird, man, because like the podcast since 2016 was 2Ps, which some of you probably know me from that. And that was a top 5 show forever. Top 5 this, top 5 that. And then we switched to movie reviews, and 2Ps just didn't make sense to me anymore. So then I wanted to focus more on award stuff, so I did the Awards Garage, but then that didn't really make sense for the podcast because the podcast, I don't really talk about awards unless that movie is, in the awards discussion, that specific movie for the week. So they're kind of together but separate because I didn't want to force the audiences to my subscribers to like have to, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to like, if you wanted to listen to the podcast, if you want to sub there, then you'll get those episodes. If you want the awards coverage and just like my 10-minute movie reviews or whatever, you get that on the regular channel. So it's just Lights Camera Garage if you guys want to subscribe, and it's on audio podcatchers too, as Lights Camera Garage. Corey says it's been a slow first half of the year, but it feels like it's going to pick up after Mission Impossible and Phoenician Scheme. Yeah, we'll see, man. I mean, it's, you know, you saw my 2025 list. Not a lot going on over there, honestly. I mean, I'm going to see if there's any other. I bet Warner Brothers is going to be so quick to flag that video. Oh my God. They can't wait. Why do they do that? It's like free promotion for them, and I'm going to make like $4 off of it, if anything. But here it is again. Pull that up real quick. Let's see. Toller says, Warfare outside of your top 3, I'm blocked. Yeah, you know, I need to rewatch it. Warfare was, and I think actually it might be 5, because I feel like Ugly Stepsister, like I was saying earlier, might move up a little bit for me when I reorder this, or when I rewatch them and reorder it. But I know Warfare just came on demand, and I got a thing for a 4K Blu-ray of it too, so I'll be getting that in the mail at some point. But I want to rewatch it. But Warfare was just one of those that's like so fucking good, but you're also like, God, I hope I never see that again. But then I reflected on it after, and I listened to some people talk about it. I'm like, I kind of do want to see it again, because I want to, like, knowing what I know, you know what I mean? I want to see it and kind of like pay attention to other stuff as opposed to trying to kind of figure out what was going to happen or waiting to see what was going to happen. So, but it's definitely one of the year's best, without a doubt. And I know your review, Toller, blew up on your channel too, which is awesome, man. I love that so much. Corey says Malick movies are beautiful images. I get it, man. I get it. I'm not saying, I don't know if you're being facetious or like if you're a fan of his. I'm not even saying I dislike Malick. I don't get it narratively. I just don't, like, yeah, it's beautiful. Absolutely. You know, score's great. Visuals are great. But like, what the fuck are we doing, man? Like, it's like performance art. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend anybody, because I have some really close friends in this space actually that love Terrence Malick and swear by him. And I just have never been able to really get on board with his style. So let's see. AJ says, I believe you drafted Eleanor the Great in your Best Picture fantasy draft. I did. I took it and I said, I'm going to take this because I have a feeling. And when I said it, they were both like, yeah, that kind of makes sense, you know, and they hadn't really thought about it to that point. Now, this was before the Cannes announcement. So with it premiering at Cannes, especially if it's well received there, which I hope it is, you're going to start to see more and more people. That's why I'm like, guys, have my back here in 6 months when I tell you guys I said that before anybody else, because, you know, nobody's going to believe me otherwise. Let's see. You guys are talking to each other, which is awesome. Corey says he wants Mikey in the next Yorgos. With Emma and Jesse after Begonia. That would be fucking crazy, man. Could you imagine Emma Stone? Because how lucky were we with Lanthimos when we got Emma Stone, Olivia Colman, and Rachel Weisz in the same goddamn movie. And not only that, it was a 3-hander. They were all 3 so pivotal in The Favorite. And that was still one of my favorite movies of the last like 10 years. Like, I love that movie so much. It's my favorite Lanthimos. Olivia Colman, if you guys saw my rankings for lead actresses of the last decade, she was my number 1. Man, that would be crazy. Could you imagine Emma Stone and Mikey Madison as like co-leads in a movie? Man, I'm excited to see what she does next too. I really am. I mean, I'm obviously excited for Reptilia, although that doesn't sound award friendly, but I'm excited to see. Obviously, I have her. I think she was in my top 5 or 6 in that 30 under 30 of getting back to the Oscars in the next 10 years. So she turned down Star Wars, right? She turned down MCU, or it was rumored that she turned down MCU. I don't know if that one was confirmed or not, but great. You know, that tells me, you know, just like Timothée Chalamet, you guys know I'm a huge fan of that kid too. It tells me they want to act. You know what I mean? They want to perform in an art form that they love. They don't want to make money. You know, they're not doing it to be rich and have jets and do all that shit. Now, if they get it, great. And Timmy actually probably is there already. based on his celebrity. But I mean, you can just tell that based on the projects they pick and the filmmakers that they work with, what's first on that priority list for them. And I think Mikey's in that group too. So I'm with you. I'm a super fan. You guys know that if you follow my channel. Anthony says he's not sold on Frankenstein as a Best Picture nominee, but I do believe it could get 4 or 5 tech nominations. I think that's probably where we're headed, Anthony. I did my initial predictions, and I just left it. In fact, it's still on the site. Why do I keep changing the tab? I should just have every tab up so I don't have to type in the damn web address every time. But anyway, I have it in the 10 right this second. I'm not going to redo it until after Cannes, but it's probably going to fall out of my 10. But the only major reason is because I have 3 Netflix films in the 10, and I highly doubt that'll happen. 1 to 2. So if it's Jay Kelly, and I've got Ballad of a Small Player from Edward Berger in there, which is Netflix. And we know how good All Quiet did from Netflix. So if those 2 are in, then Frankenstein's probably not in. In addition to that, you have the horror bias. But it's Del Toro, so honestly, I don't even count that. It's like Nosferatu, but what if Nosferatu, which by the way was a brilliant film from Robert Eggers, was my number 1 last year. So I'm not talking down on that film at all. Don't mistake what I'm about to say. But what if Nosferatu, that had all the accolades, great critical acclaim last year, was directed by Guillermo del Toro? That would have been fucking nominated for Best Picture. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. If that had been a Del Toro picture and had been as good and well-received as it was, the Academy, and I'm not talking about me or whatever, I'm just saying the Academy would have nominated that. So if Frankenstein is on that level of filmmaking and the performances and everything else within it, then we could be on our way there. But the Netflix thing does worry me more than anything else, more than the horror attack. Because Nightmare Alley, I mean, even The Shape of Water to a certain extent, which won Best Picture, is pretty horrific. I mean, if you really think about what's happening in the film. So I'm not as worried about it with certain prestige filmmakers. And Guillermo del Toro, much like PTA on it, if PTA did a film that was like a gothic horror film and it was directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, predict it for everything. I'm just telling you. The Academy, they have people, they have their crew. You know what I mean? And Del Toro is one of the crew. So it would be a rare thing if Frankenstein came out and was well received and didn't get the nomination. I'm not saying that won't happen, because it probably will because of the Netflix in the mix. But it would be a strange thing based on his history with the Academy. So you got to keep your eye on it one way or the other. I know there was a dude from Germany. Yeah, I can't remember his name, though. It really bums me out. I actually think his name might be Joey. And that may be why I thought that. But anyway. Which vampire did you find more captivating? The remake from Sinners or Skarsgård's Nosferatu? Nosferatu. Count Orlok. Just because Skarsgård did something phenomenal with that role. Like, he was always in that frame, even when he wasn't. Like, his presence was literally, I felt it the entire runtime. And he just had this ominous way about him that he was always kind of in the negative space or in the shadows, or like, I never felt like I was safe from his Count Orlok, the hand or whatever, I felt like it was always over me. You guys are getting quiet over there. I might wrap up. Let me just go through here and see if I got any other questions real quick. I know you guys were talking to each other, which is awesome. Anthony says, to be fair, Michael B. Jordan should have been nominated for Fruitvale, Creed, and Black Panther. Yeah, this could be it. I mean, it's a dual role. And is he going to ride the wave of Sinners? That's the thing. If he rides the wave, because they like Michael B. Jordan, and they love Coogler. So, yeah, I've got him at like 7 or 8 right now. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It's really not. He did such a good job as Smoke and Stack, and he played 2 different personalities. It's not like they were the same person. Robert Pattinson did it this year too in Mickey 17, and he also did Oscar caliber work in that film. But the problem is that film's shit, or everybody consensusly thinks it's shit, and it didn't make any money. And I liked it, but I'm one of like 10 people that I know that liked it out of like 1,000. So the Academy's not going to go for it, even though it's Bong Joon-ho. So I think it could happen. It could happen for Michael B. Jordan. This could be the year, depending on how strong some of these other performances are. Let's see. AJ says, one example of not knowing about the awards prospects of a film at this point, and the Oscar expert and Brother Bro have written off one battle after another. Yeah, I do too. I have it at number one too. I'm not going to discount those guys because they're fucking amazing. I mean, you know, we when it comes to percentages or whatever, we're all in that same little, you know, bucket, 75 to 85% correct usually. So I'm proud of that, and they nail it, you know, all the time. I mean, there's a reason why, you know, Cole and Matt Neglia, my buddy, and you know, there's a reason why they do so well in those, because they know what the hell they're doing. I mean, they've been through multiple seasons of this. And I have too, just not officially. You know, I used to do it by myself and just at home because I'm a psycho, you know, Letterboxd or whatever. But I mean, you know, in terms of like doing it on YouTube, this is I think my third year really, technically. So, but I just don't. I could wake up, okay, so it comes out on the weekend, right? So I could wake up the Monday morning after one battle comes out, and I could take it out of my prediction. I'm not saying I won't. I could do that. But why would I do it now? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, everything that we have on paper, I mean, even the test screenings and stuff aren't, like, negative. I mean, I haven't seen any negative, like, this is a bad movie type of reviews. I mean, you know, everybody's positive on it from the test screenings. And, I mean, I've already told you guys, PTA and Leo, that combo in a film, I mean, why wouldn't I put it in my 10 for Best Picture? Not only that, I've got it at 1, just like AJ's saying. You know, now, like I said, the day after it comes out, I could take it out. I mean, you know, the movie might be tonally all over the place, and I might see it, and I might go, never mind, they're not going to fucking do that. You know, and I'll be using my common sense at that point, but I have to wait until I see it. And the trailer didn't sway me. I mean, I thought the trailer looked great. You know, a perfect example, I think I said this on my most recent video when I was talking about Guadagnino's After the Hunt and his prospects. So a similar example is a couple years ago, it may have been 3 years ago now, I had Bones and All from Luca Guadagnino. It starred Taylor Russell and Timothy Chalamet. It was like a road trip kind of crime thriller, and they were cannibals in the movie. And I knew that loose premise or whatever, but I didn't know anything about the tone or what it was going to look like, or, you know, how horror it was going to be or anything like that. And I had Bones and All and Taylor Russell and Timmy in my early predictions, like this time of year. And I think it came out in like October or something like that. Well, when I saw it, I took it out. I loved the movie. It was actually my number 1 that year. I think it was 23, I think. But it was actually my number 1 movie of the year that year. My personal preference. But I took it out of my predictions because I saw it and I said, I just knew seeing it. And sometimes you have to see it when you're an Oscars, I won't use the word historian or whatever, but when you like kind of know what they go for and you see a product that sounds good on paper or has the right people in it, but then you see it and you go, oh, well, fucking never mind. I mean, that was a great movie. I loved it, but no, the Academy's not even going to fucking wink at that thing. And that was what I did with Bones and All. So that's an example I kind of use. Now, if I see one battle after another and I have a similar reflection after seeing it, then I'll have to change my predictions. But right now, I don't get, kind of like what AJ's saying, I don't get the disregarding it in May. You know, it doesn't come out until September. So I'm kind of with you on that. Anthony says Sinners is number 1 on his list also. All this talk about Mikey Madison and not one mention. Oh my God, you're right, dude. I forgot about that as why. Holy shit, he's right. Let's see. Did they announce that though, Toller? Is she definitely doing that? Let's see. Mikey. Is she in that for sure? Because that would be so fucking baller, dude. Mikey Madison has been offered the lead role, and that was on March 27th. Let's see. She's been offered the lead role, so I don't think she's taken it yet. Dude, look at her, guys. Holy fucking shit. That's in Spanish, but I don't care. I like Spanish. That's also in Spanish. Oh, but here's the other ones. Star Wars Starfighter, she said no. Resident Evil and so I think she said no to the Unknown Marvel project, although that's rumor. And I don't think there's a decision from her yet on Resident Evil, Toller. God, that would be so awesome, though. That series needs a breath of life, doesn't it? Or am I just crazy? Question mark next to Resident Evil here. That's good. That's a good gift to share for that. Like, what am I gonna do? Yeah, I'm sorry, Toller. I actually completely forgot about that. Now, had it been confirmed, I would have probably had that top of the list. But I completely forgot about that. The Minecraft movie should not be on that list. What list are we talking? Oh, you're talking about for my movies of the year? Dude, I love, or ma'am, I'm sorry. What? I asked people about bread. I did a review on the channel for this thing. You're right. For all intents and purposes, why is that at my number 19 out of 40 or whatever it is? I hear you. Why did I have so much fun with that movie? So I have an 11-year-old and a 6-year-old. Boys. They came with me opening weekend to see the movie. And I think that experience of having one of them I was literally in the middle. And they were literally talking to me about everything that was happening, why it was happening. They were basically explaining the game to me while the movie's playing. And we're just so fucking happy. It's so into it. And Jack Black just has this like infectious quality to him. I like him, I think he's good in family films specifically. And is one of the biggest surprises for me for sure, because I was kind of like what people about bread saying here. I kind of thought I was going to be like fucking miserable the whole time. I was just taking my kids to see it and like, is this thing over yet? But for some reason, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good adventure movie for the family. Sue me, I don't know. But I get what you're saying. Why is it on my list? Will I ever make Emmys content? While I love the Oscars more, I think the Emmys hit when they hit just as hard as the Oscars. That's true. The only problem is I want to say yes, but I just don't have time to watch the shows most of the time. So if I do it, it'll just be like reacting, but not having the knowledge of the shows. So I'm watching The Studio right now on Apple TV. I think there's one episode left. I do that where I like binge a show. Like I'll wait for multiple episodes to come out and be like, all right, I'm going to watch it now. And then like over the course of a week, I'll watch them all. But it's not suitable to like covering on a channel just because I'll be late. Like I'm probably going to do a little studio video where I talk about the show because I think people should watch it. I freaking love that show. But you know what I mean? Like I don't have the insight and the knowledge to give you guys that a lot of other people do when it comes to the Emmys, like I do for the Oscars or Globes or whatever. So I can see a 2-hour movie when I get off work early or whatever, but watching a show prior to it being in an awards discussion, I don't know that I can have the time commitment to do that. That's the only reason I would say probably not. But I would like to, and if I get down the road and it's never going to happen, or if it is, it'll be a long fucking time from now. But if I have enough money doing this and I can do this as like at my job, then yeah, I would sit around and fucking watch TV and catch up on all the shit and cover the, Grammys even. I mean, I would do all that shit if this was my job, but I have a real job of young kids, all that shit. So time commitment wise, my answer would probably be not in the near future. Toller says, Elvira, giddy up. Did you see that thing, Toller? Did you see Ugly Stepsister? That shit is good, bro. Captain Brodu says, I love how Clark's humanity and morality are heavily showcased in the first minute of the trailer. And all the other stuff was nice fluff. Yeah, that whole interview thing. Oh, I was going to watch one more trailer before I hang up with you guys. What were the fucking trailers that came out? Guys, did I tell you I'm going to be 50 this year? This is crazy. Let me open a new tab. I keep closing all the tabs. Is there a website that tells you the new trailer releases? Kayla, are you still here? Do you want to go see Mission Impossible with me next week? New trailer releases. I'll just say 2025. Let's see. Does it not? Is there a website? The Conjuring, The Last Rites, Now You See Me. I didn't see either of those, but I don't really care to either. I did see Predator Badlands, though. That shit looks fucking good, dude. Oh my God. I love Prey. Prey was one of my favorite movies of that year. Here's a detailed look at some of the notable trailers. I saw Materialist already. I thought there was like... I thought a bunch of trailers came out. Here we go. What's this? Does this tell me? How's this listing them, though? Is this... Oh, Nobody 2 I haven't seen yet. Oh, and you can, like, watch them right from here? All right. I might fuck with that. Let's see. You guys want to watch this one? Peppa Meets the Baby Cinema? The fuck? They have all trailers on here. Oh, I didn't see Ballerina yet. I saw the original one. This is a new... Oh, The Long Walk, I want to say. That's the Stephen King... Are you guys familiar with this? Let's watch it. So I haven't seen that one yet. So that's Cooper Hoffman's in that. That's the... So I know the story. I read the short... I think it's a short story. It's been so long since I read it, but I think it's a short story that Stephen King did. It's like Hunger Games-esque. I don't know what the trailer is going to tell us, but the premise, which is not really a spoiler, it's basically the whole through line of the movie, is it's like this futuristic story where they're trying to decrease the population. So there's like a contest that you can live another X number of years if you're the last person walking on this walk, if you get chosen to go on this walk. But you have to be the last you walk until everybody else is dead, basically. Like literally, like you're the only person alive left on the walk. It's like 100 people, and you have to be the last one. You just keep walking, and you can't stop walking, or they kill you. In the story, I don't know if the movie's like that. You guys want to watch that? Let's watch that real quick, and then I'll wrap up the stream. Any last second questions? Throw them in here. I'm going to see. By the way, what the fuck is this? Is this going to play, or am I going to have to sign up for an account? See, you have to sign up for an account, right? What the fuck, guys? Oh, here we go. Is it going to play? It just takes me to YouTube. All right, let's see what we got here. Long Walk.
I'm Ray Garrity. You can call me Ray.
Prima Freeze.
Hank Olson's the name. Walking's my game.
David Johnson.
I ain't many that are built like me. I'm the last of my kind.
We did the very first long walk years ago to inspire everyday people.
Smile, boys. You're on candid camera.
Man, you gotta not think about the things out of your control. Think about your plan.
Personally, I can't stop thinking about all that money.
Oh yeah, and they get a prize, a cash prize.
I'm the last of my kind.
Oh, it's about to get bad.
Keep walking. That's right. Just keep walking. Yeah, that's it, kid. That's it.
Second warning. Third warning.
Fucking told you guys.
It takes heavy sack to sign up for this contest. I'm not going to go through the whole rule book, but it boils down to this.
Dude, I love this
You
story.
fall below the speed of 3 miles per hour, you get your ticket. Walk until there's only one of you left. Who's ready to win?
Yeah, it took me a while to realize the truth of this.
Kitty!
This is walk or die.
I didn't know there was a fucking cat in this. Movie of the year.
You'll
How
walk as long as you can.
far
But sometimes the body won't listen.
can
For some, your heart will stop. For others, your brain. And the blood will flow suddenly. There's one winner. And no finish line.
Bruh, I like that shit. Yeah, are you guys into that, or am I crazy? Did it say when it comes out? God damn it, I missed the fucking date on it. Shit. Oh, I'll Google it later. Let's go back to Mikey. All right, I'm going to wrap up the stream. You guys are being quiet over there. Let's see. I am, like, into the long walk, though. All right, so this is where you guys are saying you can hear it. Talking about Superman. Yeah, AJ, I agree, man. I agree. Great casting. Oh, here we go. So AJ's hitting me up. Ballerina. Oh, I didn't see it. That's one. Okay, I got to do that one real quick. Because that's a player. That's premiering at Cannes, too. Let's see. Yeah, I think, AJ, was it you? I think somebody asked me in my comments if I'd seen it yet. And I was like, I'm going to do it on a stream. And here it is. It's like a week ago. All right, so let's see. Denzel. It's only 52 seconds. But this is the teaser for Highest to Lowest, which is the Akira Kurosawa remake for High and Low. I mean, the last time Spike Lee remade an international film, it didn't go well. So let's see what happens here. Let's see this teaser, and then I'll wrap it up here. I haven't seen this one.
And the mayhem follows.
Why did it start halfway through? Is it like autoplay or something? That was weird. All right.
There's more to life than just making money. It's integrity. That's what you stand for. It's what you actually believe in. Hey, man! Do you believe in yourself? Revenge! Do you believe you'll be successful? Get the band!
Denzel's a badass.
And the hard times will come from the good times. The hard times will come from success. The hard times will come from the money, and the mayhem follows. So can you handle the mayhem? Can you handle the money? Can you handle the success? Can you handle the failure? Can you handle the lovers? Can you handle the memes? Can you handle everything that there is in between? That's the question I have for you. Can you handle it? Oh, money ain't good money.
Okay.
Highest to lowest.
I don't know why that was getting a bad rap. That looked pretty good, I thought. I mean, it was a teaser, but we saw Jeffrey Wright in there. I think it was good. I mean, Denzel's a badass, though. Like, anything that dude's in, anything he says, I'm like, wow, you're the greatest actor I've ever seen in my life. I mean, you know, he's just constantly nailing it. Let's see here. So that was one. Govin says, which actor or actress would you like to see get a second Oscar? I mean, obviously Mikey, but let me think. Second Oscar. I mean, my head right away, besides Mikey, goes to Leo. Leonardo DiCaprio. Who else? Kate Blanchett already has two, right? I think she has two already. Yeah, I would probably say Leo or Mikey Madison, honestly. Those are the first two that came to mind. Which actor would you like to get their first ever nomination? Yeah, I did a video about that, actually. It's on the channel. It's from a few months ago. If you want to go back and find it, Govin. But I did have Pattinson on that list. I had Zendaya on that list. I can't remember all because my memory is horrible. But I know those two were top of the list for me. But I agree with you. If you're doing a podcast, hit me up. I'll bring my Generation Offended with me for an episode. Yep. No problem, AJ. No problem. Sick, gonna follow. Yep. Thanks, CBD. I appreciate it. Let's see. Me and my folks can't agree with who's more overdue for an Oscar, Tom Cruise or Willem Dafoe. That's actually a great question. They're both overdue. I would say, I don't know if I'm siding with your parents or with you, but I would say both. But based on the trajectory of their careers, I think the more eclectic, more kind of courageous, if that's the right word, resume is probably Willem Dafoe's. I mean, the guy's doing just all kinds of shit. Whereas Tom Cruise has found his wheelhouse and he's fucking great at it, but he hasn't really stepped out of that kind of action adventure realm in quite some time. You know, I think his chance was really with, well, Magnolia for sure, but before that, even like A Few Good Men or Rain Man or, you know, shit like that. You know, ever since, you know, the last 10, 15 years or so, it's been action, like blockbuster kind of shit, which is great. And, you know, Top Gun Maverick, of course. But, I mean, I would probably say Willem Dafoe. And I'm on the body of work. And the commitment to, like, the roles that they're choosing. But they're both overdue, just to be fair. Corey agrees with me there. Never mind. Both my mom and dad say Cruise, and I say Defoe. Me too, Joey. Me too. But then again, I kind of want her to work with everybody. But yes, that would be fucking awesome. It really would. Let's see. If you had an all expenses paid trip to any film festival, which would you attend? I would go to TIFF. Yeah, you know, I'm going to do this actually someday, and it's not going to be all expenses paid, or at least I don't imagine it will be. I think okay, well, if it's all expenses paid, and I don't have to pay for anything, and I get to go, it would be Cannes, the Cannes Film Festival, possibly the most historic. It's really the beginning of the season. That wouldn't be my first choice, though, but it's obviously probably the most expensive one. And if all expenses are paid, that's the one I would do. But if I'm choosing which film festival to go to, whether I have to pay for it or not, it's going to be kind of low key. Like I would probably do like Sundance, honestly. Maybe South by Southwest, you know. Ones that are somewhat attainable and not super glamorous, but still important and still prestigious. But still kind of low key, where you can like be an everyman and still go, you know, which is what I would be, frankly. So probably Sundance or South by would probably be the ones that I would pay for to go to, that I probably am going to pay for to go to, hopefully in the next like 5 years or so. I was actually thinking when my son gets old enough, which will be 6 to 7 years from now, because he's about to turn 12. So like 6 or 7 years from now, maybe I'll take him and we'll go to Sundance or, you know, whatever. Something like that. So stay tuned. Subscribe. 7 years from now, I'll be at Sundance. But yeah, I mean, if I could pick and all expenses paid, it would probably be Cannes. CBD says, I think Sinners would be even more elevated if Chadwick played Smoke and MBJ was Stack. Was that supposed to happen, or you mean you're just thinking that hypothetically? Yeah, that'd be crazy. And you know, that's actually not out of the realm of possibility. Obviously, rest in peace. But otherwise, I mean, if he was still around, because Coogler loved working with him. Such a dedicated actor and such a hard worker. Morning G. Morning? Where are you, Yaney? But how are you, buddy? I was just getting ready to wrap up, but welcome. Psycho versus Apartment is hard because they're so different. I agree. Did somebody ask about that? Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. CBD. What's a harder two rays to pick from? Psycho, The Apartment, or No Country and There Will Be Blood? Oh, damn, dude. That's a good one. That's a brain teaser because, wow. I would say the harder one for me would be 2007, just because those are more equal than the other two. I love The Apartment, but Psycho is like, forget it. Psycho's top of the mountain for me. As a horror fan, you probably guessed that, but I do love The Apartment, but it would be no contest between those two for me. Whereas No Country and There Will Be Blood are pretty close to each other, neck and neck, although No Country is my pick between the two, but they're really close. So that would be the harder one for me personally. If you think I know Last of Us, get me talking about Resident Evil. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not super intimate with Resident Evil. I mean, obviously I love it, and I've seen most of the films, although a few of them I thought were duds. But I mean, the first couple I really enjoyed, and I never played the video game or anything like that, so I don't have like the intimate knowledge of it, but I do love the idea of the franchise, and there's been some iterations of it that I've really enjoyed. You just watched the Emmy Frontrunners. Yeah, so we just did highest to lows. I'll hold off on Ballerina because I'm about to wrap up the stream. Kayla's catching a flight. What the fuck are you doing, Kayla? I was going to take you to Mission Impossible next week. But anyway, enjoy your trip. Fly safe. I guess you can't go see The Final Reckoning with me. Don't hang off the plane like Cruise is doing in that movie. All right, Toller, I'll see you, brother. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Joey's getting out of here. Eager for some of the upcoming videos. Kind of bummed we never talked to Few Good Men. You will. We'll talk about that on the Tom Cruise thing, and we'll still do that, Yanny. I mean, the Patreon's still there, so we'll do that. I just, I'm horrible about getting all that stuff in on multiple platforms like that. Hopefully I'll have some good discussion. Yes, so I pumped it up earlier, but don't forget to follow Livestream for the Cure on Twitch. I'll click on that again up here. There it is. Obviously offline right now, but I think he's going to do a little pregame and tomorrow, and then Friday and Saturday we'll be live over there. That had me worried too, Corey, when I heard that initially, because he was like president of Cannes, like, was it like last year, or like the jury president, I mean, or like 2 years ago? So I feel like if he wanted it to be in competition, it would be. But I don't know. It looks good. I mean, that 50-second thing or whatever looked good. It was edited really well too. Like, I'm an editor, so I was like noticing those cuts and stuff. It was really, really well edited, which, you know, could be blurring my vision a little bit, but yeah. Okay, see, I didn't know that CBD. Chadwick was supposed to have a role in Sinners, but the twins were always supposed to be played by Jordan. Okay, so Chadwick was going to be in it in another role. Probably one of the crew that ends up at the juke joint. That's cool, man. I didn't know that. I had never even heard that. But that also doesn't surprise me based on their, you know, constant collaboration, so. Yeah, man, Stephen King is making so much money, bro. So much money. Yeah. That's another one that I forgot to mention, was Born on the 4th of July. But, you know, he had that run, man. He really did, where he was like in the mix for like a 5 to 7 year period, you know. 4th of July. I mentioned Rain Man, A Few Good Men, Color of Money. Like, you know, he was doing like The Firm, even based on the John Grisham novel. But yeah, it just got to a point where it was like, he's the action dude, you know, which is great. I mean, we fucking love him for it, but it's not going to win you a lot of Oscars, you know. So that's why I would say Willem Dafoe to CBD's previous question. Just because Willem Dafoe, you never know what he's going to do. You know, now Tom Cruise technically kind of has a leg up there, though, because Tom Cruise could like really take people by surprise. And by people, I mean the awards bodies, because he could like pick something that's completely uncharacteristic for his career. And that could be like, they're forced to take notice, you know? I mean, I was joking about horror earlier, but could you imagine Tom Cruise in a horror movie? Like, you really can't, because he never does it, you know, and it's hard to even kind of picture it. But, you know, just think if he did that kind of shit, you know, and kind of goes back to form. I think he just signed on to work with Alejandro, what the fuck, director. He just signed on to work with a very prestigious Oscar-friendly director. I saw that. I don't know what the role is, but, you know, I mean, he has that benefit. Whereas Willem Dafoe, we've gotten to a point where we kind of like, he's going to do some weird shit. You know what I mean? Willem Dafoe's not going to do a cut-laced, you know, story, like, character, you know? So, I would have loved to have seen Willem Dafoe win for The Lighthouse, to be honest with you. I mean, he fucking went to such great lengths in that film. I got to wrap it up, guys. Let's see. I appreciate you, Gerald. Thanks to the people in the chat. Yeah, man. You too, brother. Thanks for being here, as always. Guys, don't forget, channel memberships are open. If you guys are into it, it's like $3 a month. It does take time and editing and software, and, you know, when I market and do graphics and all that shit. It does take money to run this thing and to get out here and talk about movies. So if you guys want to be a channel member and help me out, you'll get a lot of perks for doing that. I'll give you all the videos early, at least a couple days early. I'm almost done editing my supporting actress nominees rankings from the last 10 years. And I'm going to put that up on for the members probably tomorrow. So they'll have it a couple days early. But any videos outside of my like regular reviews and that kind of stuff, I'm going to put on there to let the members have a look at it before it goes up live. And then there you get custom emojis, custom badges in the chat, and all that kind of shit. So if you guys are into it, help me out and become a channel member. And then down below, if you want to do less than the $3 a month, which is still appreciated, you can do as little as $1 over on Patreon. And I've got my link down there too, which also helps run the podcast server and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys are into it, I hate asking for money, but it does cost money to do this, believe it or not. I don't know why, but it does. So you guys are the best. Thanks for tuning into the stream. This will be the last one I do for a while, at least till after Cannes, maybe early June. I'll get back on the mic with you guys in a live setting. We'll talk about how that kind of shook out. But I will be live this Saturday night, don't forget, on the live stream for The Cure. And we'll be talking about, I can't really tell you, but it's going to be a fun movie game. And it's going to be like a 6 degrees of separation movie game. So the chat's going to be interacting. There'll be prizes. There's actually a Mission Impossible box set that I'm going to be giving away. It's like a $70 value on Amazon. I'm going to be giving that away to the highest donor that hour. And we're hoping to raise some money for the Cancer Research Institute, which is really the main reason why I want to do this quick stream tonight, as that kicks off on Friday. So if Yaney's still there, maybe he can tell me. I have no fuck. I think it starts at like 10 a.m. or noon. I can't fucking remember, but it's basically all day Friday until midnight and all day Saturday till midnight. So just check the Twitch stream. But if it's running, we're live, and I'll be there most of the time. I do have to work Friday for a while, but when I get home from work, I'll be there, and then I'll be there all day Saturday, and my segment is Saturday night. So I hope to see some of you guys there. Cross on over to the live stream for the cure. But until then, that's it for me. I gotta end the stream so I can finish this edit and then try to get some sleep. But Yaney will tell you it's probably not gonna happen. But you guys are the best. I really appreciate you tuning in and for all the comments and everything and the engagement. You guys are awesome. Give this video a thumbs up. If you're watching it later, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys at live stream for the cure, and obviously all kinds of content will be dropping on the channel in the garage. So I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.